Hi guys! Happy Wednesday. So Wednesdays in my world are Saturdays. So what I'm going to be doing today is my weekly meal prep. I am hanging out in my onesie pajamas and I'm going to be prepping everything for the week. So there'll be some parts where I talk, there'll be some voiceovers. We're going to get wild and crazy with this video because I'm learning how to edit and it's great fun. So just so everybody knows, I am a weird cook that cooks with a notepad. You will watch me scribble numbers that will probably make no sense to anyone. I weigh everything and measure everything out in grams. I then convert it to cups and stuff for easy measurements, and I add it to my cookbook, which has every recipe I've ever made in it with the macros and everything down in the bottom. So I'm hoping to one day create a cookbook. I think that would be really fun for me. I don't know if anybody cares, but so if you watch me write and it just looks like numbers and mumbo gumbo, that's what it is. I know what I'm writing. It makes no sense to anybody else. So the goal for today is we're going to be making Parmesan crusted pork chops, keto lasagna bake bowls, I believe is what I'm going to do. Some form of a lasagna. Sugar-free peach jello. I got to shred up all of my cheese. And I think I need to do an asparagus prep. I think that's the vegetable I'm going to do. So let's get started. And I hope you guys enjoy. I'm just going to tilt you. So I am using my laptop because my camera battery died. And I don't have the patience to wait till tomorrow to do my meal prep. So, yeah. Let's go. Okay. So we're going to start.
So right here what we're doing is we have the oven preheated at 350 degrees. We're going to measure out both these pork chops. They both came out to about 7 ounces each. And we're just getting everything ready. I had to cut out the clips from the lasagna because it came out to be like 15 carbs a piece, which is way too high for one meal. So I gave them to my mother. So if there's a little bit of a weird transition there, I do apologize. But I added in an extra clip at the end of a breakfast meal prep. So all we did here was mix together about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and about a tablespoon of minced garlic and a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. That's what we are going to marinate these pork chops in.
I have to remember that these are bone-in, so they have the bone weight to them. Alright. We're going to take a little spoonful of our mustard. I don't know why Dijon mustard tastes good on pork chops. I don't like mustard just like by itself, but in things, it's all good. So I'm going to rub it on there. Rub it on there. Flip them, rub it on the other side. And you gotta add the garlic because, duh, deliciousness. Just gonna make sure you rub it in there good. I do have a wet cloth by my sink that I keep wiping my fingers on. You're wondering. And I have washed my hands a few times in between these. So in each Pyrex container, we are going to put a pork chop. Now comes the fun part, making them Parmesan crusted. So, I'm going to take my Parmesan cheese, kind of lightly sprinkle it. If a big clump comes out, just break it up with your fingers. And spread it with a spoon. And because you put that Dijon on there, it should stick. It should stick fairly well. This is not the best quality Parmesan cheese, but for a dish like this, it works. So if you want to use a higher grade or a higher quality cheese, you may. I can't justify spending $6 on a thing of Parmesan cheese to crust pork chops in. Not my thing. These guys look gorgeous. They're going to go in the oven as well. We start this recipe with 1 egg. You're better off with a pasture-raised egg. I buy my eggs 60 at a time, so I'm using what I have.
So I should probably add in here that we are making broccoli coleslaw with our homemade ranch dressing. I'm slowing this clip down just so I could add this voiceover in. I am using the measuring cup that I used for the Dijon mustard with the pork chops because it has the exact same ingredients in it that is going into the homemade ranch.
Big deal. Add 1 cup of avocado oil. We'll check, and I'm actually just going to scrape off the insides to see if we can get some of this Dijon incorporated into it. Pour in our cup of oil. It did not work. It did not incorporate any of the Dijon, but I didn't dirty another cup, so I'm going to add a squirt of Dijon mustard and a capful of white wine vinegar. And some pink Himalayan salt. We're going to make this into a mayo. I'm using mayo, friends. Stop buying stuff with soybean oil. It's disgusting and bad for you. So now I'm going to bring up my big blender. I'm going to use my measuring cup. Measure out 1/2 cup. They do still have a little bit in there, but not enough to make it leak. Maybe a half batch. Yeah, the ranch lasts, so. Actually, maybe 3/4 cup. This should be about 1/4 cup of mayo. So this is 3/4 cup. I'm going to put that in. I'll put a little bit of Dijon sauce at the bottom. So we got original extra flavor. This I will put into airtight containers or in the refrigerator. Then we're going to take sour cream. Equal parts that, so another 3/4 cup. The rest of this container. Actually, John, I'm going to go get my other sour cream. Should have enough to get us through. Alright, so I have that in the blender. So what I have in my stir ball right now is dip consistency. So I'm going to make this one dressing consistency. So I am going to add a quart of water. Okay, now for the fun part. Garlic powder. Onion powder. We're going to make this one a little bit spicy, so we're going to add some Tony Chachere's Creole. Just a little bit. I change it up every week just because you can get bored. Said no one ever with regular ranch, but. Then I'm going to add some Hidden Valley Ranch. The chunks come out, that's fine, because it's going in the blender, so it's no big deal. This stuff, though, I have noticed, and it drives me absolutely bonkers because I buy it by the big container, but it gets hard, which is good because that means that there's no like stuff in there that's not too good for you, but holy moly, it drives me bonkers. A little bit ranch. And I'm going to add in some Italian seasoning. Just a pinch. And the important part to get our extra healthy fats in is a quarter of an avocado. Which you can tell that this avocado has been hanging out with me for a while now, which is fine. There is nothing wrong with that. It's just extra ripe. I'm just going to peel the skin off. And then I'm going to get a spoon to get the rest of that out. My trick to storing avocado. This avocado has been in my refrigerator since for over a week. I would say almost 2 weeks. Cut. My trick for that is to put it into a freezer baggie. The freezer baggie is the important part to get all of the air out. And it stores wonderfully. Alright, and so I'll take you over to my blender. So for those of you who have the, what is this? The Ninja Chef, I put it over onto dressing and let it go. Alright, so another one of my favorite meal prep things, which I forgot that I was going to do, is broccoli coleslaw. I buy the bags of the broccoli coleslaw. It's broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage. There's very minimal carrots in here. And per 1 cup, there's only 3 net carbs. So as long as you measure it out, you're typically pretty good. This is a 7-cup bowl. I'm going to dump this in because it supposedly is 4 cups. I personally think you get a little bit more than 4 cups. But so I take this. Alright, so my ranch is done. I'm going to add it into my mason jar. How nice and thin it is. Perfect. And I'm just going to give it a shake because there was a little in the bottom, and that's how we keep the ingredients going. Alright. Now we are going to take this entire thing of broccoli slaw. We're going to add about 1 cup of this dressing right to it. Now I do use mason jars with the ball leak-proof spin lids for my ranch. I like it. Works really well. And I'm just going to use my spoon that I emptied my avocado with. Mix this in so that I don't dirty too many more things. Now the liquid is going to go all the way to the bottom because that's what liquids like to do. So what I have a tip for, because it is a ranch, it will thicken in the refrigerator. Is once this is all mixed in, which this is delicious. If you are not a broccoli cold person, try like this. You will love it. Because I don't like broccoli cold. So here's my tip. Put the lid on. If you're using Pyrex, you know that it's pretty good. Flip it over like this. The dressing will all seep down. And then when you go to get it out and you flip it back over, everything will come out good. And also shake it. Get it all incorporated really well. I'm going to store this in my refrigerator upside down for a day and then flip it back over. Onto the Jell-O.
Right here, I'm just inserting a quick speed clean so you guys do know that I do pick up in between everything. I'm just kind of moving everything around. I think I started unloading the dishwasher as well so that I could load all the dirty dishes into it. But we're just getting ready to make the Jell-O. And I wanted a clean counter to do that with. I also washed out the sour cream container to store my mayo in. I'm also talking to myself about gosh only knows what. I tend to do that.
And for those of you who haven't noticed, I really like Pyrex. Oh no, that looks correct. I have a Pyrex outlet by my house. All my plates are Corelware. So everything in my life is Pyrex. Pyrex and Corel. I mean, I do have a few things that aren't, but I do really like the Pyrex food containers. So, let's make this Jell-O. And these are the 1 cup Jell-Os. So it should make 4 to 6, depending on how much I put in there. When it comes to making Jell-O, I typically do it in a blender bottle. It's way easier. Drop a blender bottle in. This one, I did do Shakeology too. Listen, I've done everything. Plus it has the measurements on the side, which is why I like this guy. So I am making sugar-free peach. From our tea kettle, we are going to add 1 cup of boiling hot water. We're going to put the lid on. We're going to shake it up. I know you guys probably know how to make Jell-O, so. You have to be careful with how hot it gets. You want to do it this way. That works too. But you can see my little, I tied it up. I was getting hot. Alright, so now to this we are going to add 1 cup of cold water. Alright. We're going to mix it up. And we are going to pour it equally into my bowls. Doesn't really matter how much goes in there. We got one little one. Immediately rinse this out with soap and water, or else you will get Jell-O on your blender ball. Again, let this cool just a little bit before you put the lids on it. And the thing I like about these little bowls is, A, you can stack them right up in the refrigerator and they sit perfect. Now we're going to shred some cheese because you got to have cheese in your life. I'm going to do 4 different blocks. I'm going to do an extra sharp. This is New York extra sharp. A Gouda, medium cheddar, and pepper jack. So I typically do I'm going to do sharps, Gouda, pepper jack. So I take my cheese block, I find where the nutrition fact label is, and then I flip this piece over so it's over the nutrition facts. And I take the knife and I score right down the plastic so that the block comes right out. And then you can flip this right back over. You won't have cheese getting in it, and you can put your nutrition facts. Also, because I'm putting 4 different blocks of cheese, you can put this right in the baggie. And if you do it right, you should be able to put it in so that you can read what flavor it is. I put it in after the cheese is shredded. So I'm just going to get all 4 of these prepared.
So I store my shredded cheese in quart size freezer baggies. I do that because it makes it last way longer than if you store it in a Pyrex glass container. What I do is I shred it right into the baggie, and then I put the label right into the bag with whatever cheese it is, because I am shredding 4 different kinds of cheese and 3 of them are white, so I need to know which one is which. And after they are all shredded, I'll squeeze all the air out of the bags and zip them tight. I store them in the fruit crisper, since obviously I don't eat fruit. The crisper is empty, and then my black cheese gets stored in the meat and cheese drawer down below. The Gouda seemed to make a little bit of mess. I probably won't shred that in the food processor again. I will probably shred that by hand from now on.
Don't mind the Coronas in my refrigerator. I have friends that drink at my house. I do not drink them. I drink White Claws if I'm going to have an alcoholic beverage. So in my refrigerator, I have my vegetable crisper, and then my crisper, all my shredded cheeses in it, and then my cool drawer in the bottom, which is where I keep the block of cheese. I hope you could see that because I got a big ass refrigerator. Alright guys, so I'm going to do a quick breakfast meal prep for the week. I do only have enough for 4, but that's alright. So this is a take on, I will show you, the Jimmy Dean Simple Scramble Bowls. So what I have here is I have 4 microwave safe. These are from, do I have one that doesn't have a sticker? Corelware. They are 20 ounces. You can put them in the oven, you can put them in the microwave, and they come with lids. So this is how we're going to do this. I have 1.5 ounces of, this is Black Forest ham, and I'm just going to cut it into slices. Now I would normally make this with a sausage, like a breakfast sausage or a bacon, but this week I'm using what I have in my refrigerator. So, and I divided it out what was left. So I had the perfect amount for 1.5 ounces. Serving is 2 ounces, so these are not going to be bad at all. And I just slice it into strips and fill each cup. going to pull it apart. Then I have, these are the al fresco roasted garlic chicken sausages. These macros aren't bad. There's only 2 net carbs. See if it'll focus. Probably won't. 2 net carbs per link. They are fully cooked, so I just pulled these out of my freezer, and I'm just gonna slice them into chunks. And each cup is going to get 1 sausage. These are how many calories? 120 calories per chicken sausage. Actually, I'm going to do a half of a sausage per. Because it looks like it's going to be way too much. So we're going to do a half a sausage per cup. These are big, so that'll bring it down to 1 net carb for the sausage per cup. Oops. And the Black Forest ham has less than a gram of carbs. So, then I'm going to add to this, let's bring over the food scale, some Gouda cheese. And a serving is a 1/4 cup. I'm going to do 1/8 of a cup. I do weigh it out. Call me crazy, but for me, it's the easiest way to measure. I've gotten so used to it. Gouda melts really well. That's why I'm using Gouda. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put lids on these, and I'm going to toss them in the refrigerator. When it comes time for breakfast, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them out, crack 2 eggs into them, and mix them up. I do sometimes take these for lunch as well. We do have a microwave at work, and I'll just take, there's enough room in here. You can set the egg right in there. Take it right to work just like that. Mix it up, crack 2 eggs, stir it together, a little salt, a little pepper. I can even add that now. Microwave it on regular microwave heat for 1 minute, and it comes out perfect like scrambled eggs. Give this recipe a try, you'll love it.
Insert editing Megan here. I realized that I deleted my outro that I filmed. So this is about a week's worth of meal preps for work. Other than that, I'll probably take some vegetables, some fresh vegetables cut up with some ranch on the side, and that's pretty much what we'll do. I'm going to do a few what I eat in a days this week, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And leave me feedback down below. Don't forget to click subscribe, and let me know how you feel about this style of video.